Hello and welcome to Paris Grays. I hope you're having a wonderful day. On this occasion, I have this sort of men's crossbody bag. As you can see, it has been very much enjoyed by their previous owner. Generally, cosmetically, I think this bag is in pretty decent condition. Some of the typical situations here are the wear on the piping, which is not extremely bad, but you can see it right here, for example. The pulls in the zippers are gone, so they fell off on this one as well. And the other situation here is this part of the bag on this side is in pretty bad condition, so this will have to be replaced. Other than that, I think it's not too bad. Even the inside seems fairly clean. See, one of the pulls is actually still here. So let's get to work. You can use an X-Acto knife or utility knife or this sort of tool to remove the seams here. You want to make sure you get under here and just break the stitches. So do it very carefully so you don't ruin the canvas. You want to pull back a little bit so that you can expose the stitching, and just catch it very carefully. And there you go. At this point in time, what you want to do is keep this as much intact as possible, because you want to trace this piece to duplicate it for the replacement. So here's what's left of the stitching. As you can see, there's an area here that has a little bit of glue residue. So that tells me that before the stitching, it's actually positioned with glue in the factory. Part of my restoration will include darkening the leather. As you can see, it's got a lot of variation. We want to even that out, and darkening it would be a great option. To replace this particular strap piece, I will be using the leather from this old belt. I think that would be a good match. And once the rest of the leather is darkened, it will be more cohesive. As you can see, this strap piece has a ribbon of fabric inside, which helps strengthen the leather. And this is why perhaps it didn't come completely undone, because this is pretty strong, so it stays there a little bit longer. The leather is more fragile in comparison to this piece of fabric here. So this is on the inside holding the hardware, and so we will be replacing that as well. What I've done is cut two pieces of leather. This is leather piece is actually just going to build the volume or the thickness, and this is the plan for the strap. So I'll be cutting it to size. I've taken the measurement in centimeters and inches, and I think the most appropriate here will be inches. This is pretty close to an inch and a quarter. So here are the three pieces that I will be putting together. In this next stage, what I'm going to do is I have some soapy water, very light sort of dishwashing liquid, and a brush that doesn't have very hard bristles. So I will be using that to clean out the canvas and basically the entire surface. I do it gently, and a lot of the time there's grime and soil that will be removed. That's the goal. And then I also use a piece of cloth to kind of lift the lather after I brush. So let's get started. So I'll keep going with the entire surface. So just as a recap, this bag was missing this part of the strap. It was damaged, so this was replaced. It was also missing the three pulls you see here, the main compartment and the two sides. And there you have it. And this was cleaned out. The leather seemed to be kind of discolored, kind of that very dry kind of look, and so it wasn't even around the different parts of the bag. So I used this product, which helps preserve and waterproof the surface, but also it tends to darken the leather. So I think now it all kind of seems more cohesive now that it's a little bit darker, and I think it looks great. Thank you for joining me on yet another restoration project. Please keep watching, and we'll see you soon.